Welcome in, college football fans. You're watching the Fan Addict on the Fan Addict Sports Network, man. We're here to talk about another Pac-12 huge matchup. This time is the USC Trojans take on the Colorado Buffaloes in Boulder, Colorado. Colorado's looking to bounce back, and USC is looking to
You know what I'm
keep
saying?
form and stay
Yeah,
undefeated.
yeah,
Let's talk
yeah.
about it.
The fanatic, where we keep it 100, keep it real. That's the only way we know how to be. Talking that sports talk, you know what I'm saying? Straight out of South Carolina, upstate, A64. Yeah, the FANATTIC, the fanatic, where we keep it OG. We talking sports, so I call what I
That's
see.
right, man. We in here for week 5. That's right, week 5. College football fans, listen. The season is flying by if you haven't noticed, but it's been some really good football, man. Listen, before we get started, man, just hey, if you're new to the channel, we talk college football all the time. We do a couple of live streams during the week, one dedicated to Georgia Bulldogs and the other Saturday night snap count at 10 p.m. Eastern time, man, where we recap all of the day's games, invite on other content creators, college football fans to talk ball, man. And the rest of the time, we just give you college football previews, man. Shout out again to the Colorado fans who've always shown up and gotten in the comments, let me know, what your thoughts are, things of that nature. Hopefully, the Trojan fans will get in here and do the same thing, man. We like to have a good debate in the comments, you know what I'm saying? So don't forget to like and subscribe. And again, comment on the videos, man. But without further ado, man, let's get into it, man. All right, man. Just a quick recap of the week 4 action, man. I think everybody, we'll start off with Colorado. Everybody watched it. Oregon, made a statement, beating Colorado, pretty handily, might I say, Dion, Coach Prime, my bad, Coach Prime, and Shadura gave all credit to Dan Lanning and the Oregon Ducks for their performance. And that's what it was, man. On the other side, USC held on to beat a scrappy Arizona State team. The running back for Arizona State, Skatebo, I think you said, I mean, Scatbo, something like that, man. The dude had almost 200 yards of offense, man, like over 100 yards rushing and 79 receiving. So he was actually balling out of control, but nevertheless, USC has Caleb Williams. And at the end of the day, a lot of times, if you in that kind of game, I'm going to bet on the Heisman Trophy winner. So both teams, coming into this game, this is a really important Pac-12 game. Uh, Colorado, of course, like I say, only has the one loss, and USC is undefeated. Could if Colorado could somehow pull this one off, it could put them back in that Pac-12 hunt. If they drop it again, if they drop another one, then that could make things harder to try to get further along in the Pac-12 as far as the Pac-12 race. So let's jump into the Buffaloes offense versus the USC defense. Shadur didn't have a great game last game, but it wasn't his fault, really. I mean, he kept having to get up off the ground because Oregon was like in the backfield all the time, man. And Shadur coming in the game is second in Division One in passing yards, and he's thrown for like over 1,400 yards, 11 touchdowns, one interception. He's been very accurate, in the 70% as far as completion rate. But the thing is, they're having a hard time protecting the guy, man, and he's having to run for his life a lot. If you can give him a little bit of time, Shador can make some stuff happen with Weaver and Jimmy Horn Jr. and Dylan Edwards, and we got to get him some help in that run game, man. The run game, with the run, they got like 4 pretty good backs, Hankerson, Wilkerson, Dylan Edwards, Cavassier Smoke. But it's not on the honestly all on the running backs. We need that interior offensive line for the Buffs to get more push and so you can help Shadur out, man. If you can establish a running game, which is what Arizona State, kind of was able to do to stay in the game. They wasn't able to beat the Trojans, but they were able to stay in the game because Scatbo and their running game was able to get some yards and kind of keep the defense for the Trojans honest because that defense for the Trojans, while it ain't, we ain't about to sit here and act like it's elite, but it's much better than it was last year. They lead the nation in sacks, which again, the Buffs are like third to last in sacks allowed. They lead the nation. They lead the nation in Power Five, I should say, Power Five in sacks. They lead Power Five in forced fumbles. So very opportunistic defense led by Solomon Burr, who has 4.5 of those sacks, 7.5 tackles for loss, 3 forced fumbles, and Jamil Muhammad, 3 sacks, 5 tackles for loss, and 2 forced fumbles. Then you got Romello Height and I think it's Tackett Curtis. I know his last name's Curtis. They both got 2 sacks apiece. So the defense, as far as turning the ball over and getting after the quarterback, are doing very well. Of course, their total defense is 69th, in total defense. But if you think about that, they were 100 plus, ranked out of 133 teams last year in 2022. So that's a massive jump. And then in scoring defense, they was like 80th last year. And now they're like top 50. So, they're making strides. Now, outside of the Oregon game, of course, and I do believe the Oregon's defense is better than USC's defense, though. Shadur wasn't able to move the ball, and that Buffalo offense wasn't able to move the ball a lot. So maybe they'll be able to find more comfort being back at Boulder because Autzen Stadium is, I hope I'm saying that right. I know Oregon fans try to get on me sometimes, but that's a hard place for anybody to play. So look for Shadur and those receivers to kind of get back on track. And shout out to the tight end. He's coming along in his own for the Colorado Buffaloes. So, but they're going to need to put up a performance because, like I said, he can't. Shadur's only got 1 interception, so him and these 2 quarterbacks take care of the ball pretty much. But that's not to say that Kalen Bullock and Max Williams, who had got 6 PBUs and 2 interceptions between them, can't get in there and rush some stuff up. Now on the other side of the ball, that Colorado defense against the Trojan offense. Listen, man, all I know is no matter who you are, I don't care what team you play for, it's always a long day when you play against the reigning Heisman Trophy winner Caleb Williams in that offense. You got Brandon Rice at receiver, you got Taj Washington at receiver, the super freshman Zachariah Branch. This dude's good at receiving and he's elite in the return game. That's where you got to slow him down at. Like, you definitely don't want to get these guys a short field, so they got to be on point. The Buffaloes, that is, in the special teams game, man. And not for nothing, I know that when we watch Lincoln Riley's offense, we looking for the passing and Caleb Williams, the big plays. But Marshawn Lloyd, transfer from South Carolina, man, is averaging 8.9 yards a carry. That's close to 9 yards every time he touched the ball. And I'll be honest, I know a lot of coaches got egos and they want to run their system, but Colorado hasn't been great against the run. So if I was USC, listen, I wouldn't just come out and just straight run the ball, but why not feed the beast? You know what I'm saying? Colorado has, I think, a pretty good front seven, but they're not deep at all. So, like, Jawan Williams, a bunch of Bentley, Leonard, I forget what his last name is. I want to say Leonard Payne. I could be getting that wrong. All those guys are good, but again, they're not that deep. So you could kind of wear them down, honestly, if you was to get the ball to Marshawn Lloyd a little bit more. But that's what makes SC so dangerous. Now, I don't see this game, going like, the Oregon game. I do think Colorado will score some points. So just let's get into some of the keys to the game and things of that nature. This is the thing. That secondary for Colorado going to have their hands full. Shiloh and Trevor Woods and Cooper back there. But I think they can, make some plays. I'm not saying they're going to, make any interceptions because Caleb Williams, man, it dude's 1,200 yards passing, 15 touchdowns and no interceptions. It's not like he turns the ball over a lot, but they're definitely going to have their hands full and they're going to have to play, up to the standard if they want to stay in this game. Coming into the game, the buffs are anywhere. I've checked like 3 or 4 different sites, man. They're anywhere from 22 to 27.5 point underdogs. It's a lot of points, but I mean, they were 21.5 point underdogs last week, and we saw what happened. Now, I don't think that same thing. I don't think it's going to be a 48-3. I know some SC fans think that, but one thing is, again, I feel like Oregon's defense is better than USC's, even though USC has made some improvements. I feel like Colorado was also on the road last week. This week, USC will be on the road. It's an early kickoff, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, which is 12 p.m. Eastern Time, and 9 a.m. Pacific Time, which is bananas to me because I'm out here on the East Coast. But it is what it is. It's the big noon kickoff. Fox is back out there. Big noon is back out there for Colorado, and I think also coming off of that, I get it. It was Colorado State, but it was an emotional game for Colorado, and I worried about that going into that Oregon game as well. I think they'll, it's kind of like a wake up call, I guess you would say, and they're not coming off such an emotional game. I think they'll be better prepared to play USC. And like I said, I think these styles kind of favor each other. I think Colorado will be able to score some points, but ultimately, man, I got USC winning this game. Now, will they cover the spread? If it's 27.5 when it closes, I don't know about that. I think Colorado will be able to score enough points to cover that spread. But like if Colorado definitely wants to stay in the game, they got to get something out of the run game to help slow the pass rush down from the Trojans. And the Trojans just got to do what they've been doing. Caleb lighten up the airways, and Marshawn Lloyd, when he gets the ball, again, 8 to 9 yards a pop, keep doing that. So for USC is to keep doing what they're doing and make sure that the noon snoozer Eastern time, of course, the early kickoff doesn't make them start slow. As far as Colorado, again, they got to get something out of that run game. If they can't get anything out of that run game, then I think we could see maybe a back and forth first quarter, second quarter partially, and then in the second half, I just think that'll be too much. USC will be too much for them if Colorado can't get anything out of the run game. But y'all get in the comments, man. Let me know what you think. Colorado fans, how you feeling going into this game? USC fans, are you worried about Shadur having a bounce back game, being able to put up some points? Like I say, in scoring defense, it's not like you top 25 or anything, but you do sack the quarterback a lot. So get in the comments. Let me know what you think. What other players should we be looking out for, man? Is there some people that are starting to come on for either team? Let us know, man. And don't forget, like I say, like, comment, and subscribe. Hey, for the Colorado fans, USC Trojan fans, this is Fan Addict on the Fan Addict Sports Network. We out.
I call my dogs out the pound, let's go eat. Turn on the Fan Addict, let's have a debate. Who really hold down the Southeast from state to state? What team hungry gonna eat everything up off they plate?